live in your house?
Yes,
Was that odd or?
Christopher Onken.
I'm
So
like, what'd you do, knock on his door?
he called first
Oh.
and he said, like, he asked if we were still a bed and breakfast, and my caller ID said Christopher OK,
Yeah.
or ON or something.
Yeah, ONK
And
or something weird, right?
When we were redoing one of the bedrooms, we took the wallpaper off to paint it, and there was a note on the wall. If found, contacted Onken, and it was signed Kip and whatever his wife's name was, and it had a phone number on there. Phone number obviously inactive because they don't live here anymore. But I went and I searched in the records for Onken, and I found the kids' names, and I went on Facebook looking for Christopher Onken, and I found a Christopher Onken, so I sent him a message on Facebook, and I said, I live at this address in this town. I found this on the wall. Did you used to live here? You know, is this? So he messaged me back, and then he called me, and he said, yeah, yep, we used to live here. Looks like that's my dad's handwriting.
Oh, no good.
And I was like, do you guys want pictures? Do you want to like see anything? He's like, we're not really interested. And that was the end of that. And that had to be 4 or 5 years ago.
Really?
And so, yeah, last week I get a phone call and says, Christopher, okay. He's like, are you a bed and breakfast? I said, we're not. Are you the Christopher Onken who used to live here when you were a kid? So you were like 10 years old. He's like, yes, that's me. I was like, oh, fantastic. He's like, I'm going to be in town tomorrow. Do you mind if I stop by? Or he said, I'm going to be driving by. If you see someone drive by real slow, don't freak out. It's just us. I'm showing the kids where I used to live. I was like, well, why don't you pull in and, you know, you can show the kids the house, you know, and you can see what it is now compared to what you remember. Because, like, you don't care. We've had a lot of people who used to live there stuff. Like, two people before him stopped by when we first lived there a lot. One guy was like, can I just get a glass of water? Super weird, right? But they always
So you're used to this.
They wanted to park in the driveway and then walk down to the creek and then walk up and down the creek and then leave. We're like, knock yourselves out. Watch out, there's trees that are falling, right? And then every time the guy came back from his walk, he wanted a glass of water.
Love this water.
Okay. So like, people stop by, they ask about the house, and oh, I used to stay here all the time. Oh, I've always driven by and wondered what it was. And people drive by the house real slow a lot, and I'm not sure why. If it's just, because there are people who just drive like 30 miles an hour on Redmond, and there's the people who drive 80 on Redmond. And you don't know who you're gonna get, right? So, and there will be people, because Heberleys, they turn around there a lot, but sometimes they don't, they'll just pull over on the side of the road, and my girlfriend freaks out all the time. She's like, there's somebody in front of the house. So I'm always getting out, walking up to them, and then their car will speed off, because I'm walking out and be like, hey, is any, you know, there have been a couple of people who have been broken down, and I've gotten the tools, you know, like, I don't know anything, here's some tools, figure it out, I don't know.
That's great.
But yeah, you know, he stopped by, took a tour of the house with his kid. Kid was a little interesting.
Yeah, he has a special need. Well, he chartered me this past week.
Oh, so that's,
and he told me the story. So through the conversation of fishing, you know, I realized where, because he went to graduate from Kendall, and then and he grew up, and he grew up in that house. And then he told me these. He's like, oh yeah, I stopped by there. We did a tour, and I'm like, that's not weird. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, hi, can I walk through this house?
I mean,
yeah.
it's not, and really my interest is, do you have any pictures? Like of the interior, exterior of the
that's
house?
kinda cool, right.
I'm not asking for ones with people in it, like I get that's weird. But if you have any pictures just of the house,
Like, yeah,
color or black and white, right? Outdoor pictures in black and white of the house, we'll put one in that, like, I'll frame it and I'll put it up, because that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Interior pictures so I can see what it was then compared to what it is now, because I don't know the last time much was done to this house, because it looks like the 80s would have been a little too recent for a lot of the stuff that I've been changing.
Gotcha.
We still have the fridge that they had when they moved out.
Really?
It's this avocado green GE model, and he's like,
It's
yeah,
bulletproof.
because his dad worked for GE. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, my dad got that at GE, and he's like, is this still running? That's funny.
Small
But
world.
so like, he's leaving and I shake his hand, his kid is like this far from me.
Yeah.
So I shake his hand and he goes, and he's just staring at me, and I was like, so have a good day, and the kid's like, can I get a hug? And I'm like,
Nope.
So his dad's like, no, we're not doing hugs, sorry, he's working on boundaries. And I'm like, this kid's like 12, 15 years old, he's a
Yeah.
little old to be working on
I
boundaries.
think he's on the spectrum.
I think he's got something, yeah. I mean, fine, like he wasn't like freaking out or scared in the house, like he acted just fine.
Yeah, I thought that was a weird conversation. Oh yeah, we got a tour. You just knock on somebody's door. Hi, I used to live here. You mind if I just walk through your house?
Oh, my girlfriend would invite him in if they did that. The
Okay.
realtor who sold us the house, he stopped by one day just taking pictures of it, and that really scared my girlfriend, somebody taking pictures of the house. So I walked, she's like, there's somebody over there taking pictures, you need to go figure out what's going on. So I walked across the street, and we saw the realtor when we bought the house, and I was like, he had his helmet on, so I didn't know. He takes his helmet off, I was like, you're the realtor, right, for the other guy? He's like, yeah. And then, I don't know if my girlfriend recognized him, but she came out in the driveway. And I said, it's just the realtor from the other people. She's like, oh, you want to see what we've done? What are you doing?
All right, let's begin. Welcome to the Hamlin Conservation Advisory Board. The exits are on either end of the building, and the AED is directly across from the door. Cheryl, would you please call the roll?
Okay, Rob Westcott.
Here.
Janine Clark. Steve Rutherford.
Here.
Scott Martin.
Here.
And Carrie Whipple. Yes.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes? Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from June 23rd.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded that we approve the minutes. Cheryl, call the board, please.
Rob Westcott.
Yes.
Janine Clark. Yes. Steve Rutherford.
Yes.
Scott Martin.
All right, thank you very much. We'll move right into reports. Janine, do you have anything from the planning board?
I do have something to explain to you. On Monday, July 7th, there were 2 public hearings. The first public hearing was the Meg subdivision. Includes 38 Morton Road and 971 Redmond Road. They're seeking a subdivision of land of this parcel. Most of 38 Morton Road is tillable farmland, and the remainder of the property is a creek and wooded area which is not suitable for crops. So that portion has been added to 971 Redmond Road. The chairperson opened the public hearing and was asked if anyone wanted to speak, and there was someone spoke up and made some clarification about the evidence. Other than that, no one else spoke. It's deemed an unlisted seeker, and the application was approved. The second public hearing was subdivision of a parcel at 3283 Roosevelt Highway in New Wetzik. He's seeking the properties with 2 lots. So at the road to create one of the road, and the main parcel in the back of the property has a dwelling on it, but his applicant is remodeling. So this is a under seeker. It's in the RM zone district, and it was approved. On the agenda, there was a commercial site plan modification for Hamlin Building LLC. This property at 1466 Lake Road. What they want to include in addition, add an addition on the existing structure on the property. This addition would be 40 feet by 70 feet, 2,800 square foot. This would make, this added to the other, feature that the two structures combined would be 5,200 square feet with a small addition that will connect the two. It's in the CGB, Commercial General Business Zoning District. Everything will match, the addition will match the existing structure. There were still a lot of questions from the planning board, so the chairperson said we consider this a sketch plan review since there is still a lot of information that needs to be admitted into this application. The attorney stated that it still needs a full engineering site plan. So, that the applicant needs to address, so the application is tabled until the August meeting, at which time we'll have everything to be in place to start the review of the application. And that was the end of the I brought up, mentioned that we had this fire management flag trip.
Alrighty, thank you, Janine. Fish Advisory Board. We're still waiting the results from the digital marketing plan that we are had invested in to see what the results of those were going to be. It's going to go through June, and right now we haven't gotten any of the results for it. We are working with the Regional Dredging Council and still taking information of the different ports in Monroe County to see what it's going to cost for dredging, to have it done like on a every 5-year basis. The ports included Rondequoit Bay, Braddock Bay, Sandy Creek, Long Pond Outlet, and I don't understand why the Long Pond Outlet was in there, because
Good luck with them.
yeah, I mean that's barely a navigable waterway, so I don't know what the reasoning behind that is, but we're still waiting for that review to come out. The biggest topic event was the DEC's decision to stop stocking brown trout in Rondequoit Creek. You have all your TU guys going yay, 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 and you have all the families that want their little kids to catch fish going nay, nay, nay. So it's causing some excitement within the county. And I'm not sure how it will wash out. However, the feeling is there is enough fish put in the creek for little derbies and free fish days that that should suffice for the stocking and not have DEC come in and stock it. So, and that was that. EMC won't kick off again until September. However, we do have a meeting scheduled for the August for the Conservation Committee to meet up, and again, we will look at the GIS information that we are able to get on the system, which we haven't been able to do yet. And that was it. Mr. Rob, what do you got good for us?
I guess a few things. The last town board meeting, the final version of the Hamlin Agricultural and Farmland Protection Act was adopted. So that was good news. So that's, I don't know if anybody's had a chance to go through that whole document, but it's pretty extensive.
Yes, it is.
There was a public hearing on July 9th that I mentioned at the last meeting regarding everybody along the lake and people with like unbuildable lots being charged for sewer. So that's a big topic of discussion that's going right now. Then I was going to mention something else. Oh, and then looks like there's going to be some discussion at the next town board meeting about extending the moratorium for solar. So, to extend it for another year. So,
How did the shootout go?
well, it was good.
Good.
Yep, all good. Can't complain.
Hated missing it. I'm grinding my teeth. It's like,
Very good.
don't have kids or a wife.
Right? They take all your time.
Exactly. I am so good. Glad soccer and softball are over. It's like, yeah,
I remind the kids all the time that they stole my youth.
yeah.
You know? Blink of an eye, and then you're like, wow, where'd the time go?
Yeah, where'd my money go?
Now I have no hair. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Mr. Scott, what have you got for us?
So for the zoning board, there were a couple of variances granted. One for a second accessory structure in RM, one for a fourth accessory structure in RVL. And a couple things with the waterfront. They're looking for a waterfront setback to build an L-shaped deck on the house. It's not in the coastal erosion hazard area. That was approved. There's another one for a deck and some concrete steps that required large setback variance to the waterfront. It is in the coastal erosion hazard area, the LWRP, the conservation corridor. That one was approved. And then there were public hearings scheduled. Again, the waterfront one looking to tear down an existing garage, build a new garage. They need a couple of setback variances. There's a neighbor concerned about the view. It's going to be impacted. Calculations are required for impervious surface. A permit is necessary to demolish the old garage. There wasn't a lot of information made available to the board at the meeting, so that public hearing was tabled until August 18th. And then two more scheduled to build pole barns. People are building pole barns, 140 by 60 in RM, 130 by 48 in RVL. The first one is just a request for the pole barn. The second one requires two side setback on either side variance. And that's it.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
I should always pole barns. Is it pole barns because of additional accessory on the property? Is that what a lot of them gotta be? You're only allowed one accessory?
It depends what district, sometimes you can have up to 3 or 4 accessories.
Oh,
So the
Pole barns
accessory structure is 144 square feet maximum,
256,
256.
yes.
so you get beyond that too, and then it becomes an issue.
Well,
Makes it more difficult.
It differently classifies the building.
Commodities storage barns are not allowed in any district. RM, RL, RL1, RH, or even RVL. So everybody who wants a pole barn has to come to zoning to get variance. I think that it's going to change.
It's that wording, pole barn. That's what it is. It's all in the wording.
That's
A post-frame building.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ms. Janine, do you have anything from the Friends?
Well, there was no formal meeting of the Friends of Hamlin Beach in July. They don't they don't hold formal meetings, sometimes just gatherings. But the Friends members continue to be very busy. There's a group that, they call them the flock, and they monitor the bluebird and purple martin houses. On their Facebook page. Years ago, they planted it and they put showing them tearing out all those grasses, reestablishing native plants, and making it into a pollinator garden. So that group is very active.
Cool.
And surrounding it. The approach to that building has been made handicap accessible. And so Friends members have been assisting that project by raking top the hydroseed, trimming some of the unwanted vegetation along the building, washing windows, general cleanup. And that whole project at the hexagonal building is supported with funding from the Trails Partnership grants and New York State's Environmental Protection. So there's a lot going on in the numbers.
Can I have a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Move a second that we adjourn this portion of the meeting, and we'll move right into the Hamlin Waterfront Committee meeting with the same members present. Okay, do we have any referrals?
I do not do the referral system. I have some many, but I haven't gotten to them.
All righty. Does anybody have anything for discussion?
When did we find out about this Valley Management Flying Trails, anything?
I made a couple emails and
So is
Really?
somebody monitoring them?
Yeah, I guess I would assume it's that one, the gentleman that reached out to us.
Yes, and then maybe been on vacation.
He was very, very slow to get back to me when so, like a month.
I didn't have any on my grade, so.
No, the only things I have to mention, we had the Sandy Creek Shootout, trout and salmon tournament this past weekend. We do the weigh-in ceremony right here at the town hall. And everything went well with that. Another great showing, another great year. Like I said before, I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
But that was good. We did I took a member of the New York State DEC, one of the biologists, out on the boat on Thursday. Our goal was to put transmitters inside of 1-year-old king salmon.
Oh.
So of course you have to catch 1-year-old
Yeah.
king salmon in order to do that. And we did. Unfortunately, we need to work on the process. Our subjects did not survive the restocking process. So Lake Ontario is full of transmitters. There's probably 250 transmitters in there. And basically there's all kinds of fish, there's all kinds of schools, and Canada's using them, we use them, colleges, there's a lot of people doing stuff. And they basically put these little transmitters, and it depends on the size of the fish. The ones that we're putting in these baby kings were like the size of your pinky tip.
Yeah.
But there's some that are the size of this pen that go in mature lake trout that last 7 years.
Right.
And the idea is they pass by, when the fish swim past one of these things that's sitting on the bottom of the lake, it just pings it. And then eventually they go around and collect all the data, and they can look through, and they go by the tag number, like tag 221, went by here, and then it goes all in a database, and they can literally create like a track line
Yeah.
of where fish are traveling, and what they're doing, where they're wintering, that sort of thing. So, but they're doing it with muskies and
Yeah,
all kinds of trout, and so, but this is the first attempt. The problem with king salmon is they only live 2 to 3 years. So you have to get them as a 1-year-old, and you gotta kind of wait until this time of year, so they're big enough, they're like
right,
16 to 20-inch fish, and hope that you can get 2 years out of data out of them,
yeah,
so.
wow,
But, yeah, that was,
Thank you
so that
so
was
much.
exciting, but
yeah,
disappointing, and, we just they gotta adjust the process a little.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
What, these transmitters they put in the fish, what happens to them? The transmitters?
And so there's a bunch of different kinds. So what happens a lot of times is like fishermen catch fish, find one of the transmitters. But in reality, really the transmitters could go in the garbage. Like,
Yeah.
the transmitters aren't really necessary like for the data. It's the thing that they're pinging to is what matters.
Right.
So they actually make some that have a sensor to tell if the fish was eaten. So they know like, yeah, that fish got eaten, that one's dead. So it actually has a break, there's a spot on it that breaks down based on stomach acid.
Yeah,
And then it alerts the transmitter that, hey, yeah, this fish was eaten. I think it happens, right? Like,
Yeah.
So they know that it was, it died result of prey, but most of them just get lost in old age. They just wear out, batteries go dead. So,
And then they end up just sinking to the bottom of the lake.
yeah, for science. Right, and there's not many like the ones that, for the Chinook salmon, they only have like 12 or 14.
Yeah, there's that on that.
Yeah, that's
And those are probably getting up in the waterways then too.
So that was a cool little thing to do, but unfortunately this round was not a success, but working on the process. So.
So,
you'll be
out west
successful,
now,
like,
catch big fish.
Right.
These
Oh yeah, we made all
little
kinds of jokes about that. And then we just finished we also do data collection for Chinook salmon. This has been a public science thing that's been going on. And the idea is across the lake, a bunch of captains, fishermen are collecting genetic data from king salmon, and basically they break it down into slot limit sizes. The biggest idea is just to kind of get a grasp on how much wild fish are in the lake. So they can actually, the DEC now takes all of their eggs that they take at the hatchery, they do genetic marking with the females, so they're able to know these are the females that came out of the Salmon River in the year 2022.
Yeah.
These are the females that we had in Canada in 2022. And they're able to just basically they could pull any fish and go, oh yeah, this is a Canadian fish, that was stocked in 23.
right,
So, but really the data that they're looking to do right now with that is just to know what the wild contribution is to the stock. So,
we come a long way.
and that ended this past week, so. But there's 15 of us, I think, collecting samples, so it's just another 450 samples or something, in addition to the DEC actually parks a boat. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it.
Yeah,
They park boats in some of the harbors and they collect data from all the fishermen that come in. Most of it's like, hey, how'd you do today? Did you see, how many fish did you catch? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if people give them time, they will actually take the fish
Yeah.
aboard, measure them, take scale samples from them. And that's from a lot of the fish. They'll take it from lake trout, they'll take it from
Right.
Atlantic salmon, they'll take it from Chinook salmon. So it's just that add to that whole thing. So that's all I got.
thank you so much. We come a long way
Yeah.
since we started stocking way back in the sixties. But,
All kinds of wacky stuff.
yeah. Feel sorry for somebody, because one of the fish jumped out of somebody's boat and was alongside the road. And my girl saw it. Somebody lost a fish. Oh, must have jumped out of somebody's cooler. They're gonna be upset. Oh, goodness. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I got a couple things.
Oh.
So just so you know, the dog kennel, the state has mandated certain requirements for our dog kennel, which our dog kennel does not meet at this time. So we're going, looking for grant money to see what can get done. It has to get all signed, doesn't actually have to be built, but we have to have everything, contracts and stuff, ready to roll by the end of next year. You have to have a certain number of feet for the dogs to run. You gotta have a certain requirement for the air for sick dogs. The sick dogs have to be quarantined into a certain area. For parking, there's that whole all wax.
Wow.
Yeah. The person that we're getting has done 7 grants so far, and she's got every one. So hopefully she's 8 for 8, but we'll see. She just finished, Greece just got done with $1.5 million.
So in the meantime, the dog shelter can stay open.
Yeah, it's just,
Just something has to be in writing, you said? Bob?
yeah, the contracts, everything has to be signed by the end of next year.
But obviously the grant's the first, that we need to
Correct.
get that first,
Yes.
and then we can
Yeah.
write a plan of correction.
Yeah, I mean, they do get some fundraising, but the grants where, it's probably looking in the area of about 150,000 possibly. So, the new town hall, all the funding has dried up. So at this point, we're going back to the drawing board, and hopefully on that east side, getting a new center put in on that side of the building, and we'll see how well that gets along. So, and have a meeting, and then also we're trying to get funding for a new pavilion out back, enclosed, and also be able to be rented and all that.
We need an additional.
Yeah, yep. So I think the pavilion's going back over on this side, sort of, I can't remember exactly where they said, but, so it'll have a kitchen and bathrooms and the whole kit and caboodle, so it'll be nice.
Was there any response from the state regarding the letter regarding?
Oh, the Route 18? Oh, so the town board, we all signed a letter to go to the DOT for Route 18, and I don't know how many goes along. They go along 18.
In what, Morton Road?
Yeah, both, well, and county line.
Yeah.
So it got sent to the head of the DOT about the conditions, the potholes that are like craters and so on and so forth, especially as you get close to the Sandy Creek Bridge and all that, it's horrible over there. Over by me, over that way, it's really bad.
It's horrible in the town of Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the village there?
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Yeah, and the head guy said, thank you for the letter. We'll pass it along to the appropriate administrators, and thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll take it under advisement.
And 2 days, the funny part is
is
2
this the
days later,
administrator?
2 days
Yeah.
later, they came out and just did like some potholes for like 10 feet and seemed very agitated that they were even there, right? And they were
Well,
like
right,
blowing the,
That's what I brought up at the meeting that one day, that we were talking about that. I'm like, anybody have any thoughts on this road? Like,
yeah.
It's bad.
And it's only gonna get worse, especially, because obviously nothing's gonna happen and
Well,
wait,
I wrote
that, depending on what this winter is gonna bring. And,
Right. All you need is a truck to go down it and everything they repaired.
Oh, yeah,
Bye-bye.
so that's all I got.
All righty. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
And moved and seconded, we adjourn, all in favor? Aye. So carried, thank you. Have a good month. But glad to see that our crop road legislation went through.
So what?
The crop
It didn't go through the governor yet.